Any things you'd like to say about the job? Anything that like immediately comes to mind?
Immediately comes to mind is that some days it's fucking beautiful. Some days you're cruising through a city, it's perfect weather, you're looking at big beautiful buildings, you're looking at all these people doing their normal jobs, just walking around between places, all this huge system, and you really do feel at peace, especially if you're like me and you're on your bike and you're kind of in a zen state. It can feel very, very peaceful and amazing and overwhelming. So there are some really amazing times to this job.
Being a bike messenger lets you connect with the city on a whole nother level. I've touched every street, every corner in this city, and it's just an experience I would never get unless I become a bike messenger.
I mean, we're pack mules. We're utilitarian animals that people just sort of call out when they need us.
People are wondering why you're in the middle of the street riding your bike. They don't really understand that it's a job.
Yeah, like this has been a job for fucking 200 years plus, you know? Like, people have been riding their bikes and just delivering packages, right?
But it's dying out.
Oh yeah, there's no question about that. Yeah.
I can't say whether there's any future in this business.
There's no money to make anymore. Back in the 90s, messengers used to pull in, $1,000 or $2,000 a week. Now we're pulling in a very small fraction of that. It's just not worth it anymore. It's not worth being out in the cold all day, freezing, coming home with your socks iced over, to make, $60, $70 in that day.
I just sat around for 2 hours, nothing happened, And that's all right some days, it's really nice some days, but other days it really kind of sucks and you feel like you're just wasting your life. So to do that and then hop on your bike and possibly get hit by a car and end up in a hospital or something like that for not much money, not working out so much.
We're on our way downtown. Let's take a little path, goes through like the back roads of Roxbury and spits you out around Northeastern. Which, I'll call my dispatcher, let him know I'm in. He'll let me know if there's anything kicking around out there. Then gonna head downtown, grab coffee and donuts, and hopefully get some work. My name's Nick Scotti. I've been a bike messenger for the last 3.5 years. What drove me really was I found that the best way to get around was by bicycle, and when I found out there was a job that existed where you could ride your bike around all day, I jumped at the opportunity. My shift runs from 10 in the morning until 7 at night. I roll in, check in from around the Prudential Center on the way downtown, go in, hang out with some of my buddies. We all hang out in this place called Winthrop Square downtown, and we just basically click on the radio and you wait for them to call your number. This is kind of base of operations. This is where we spend pretty much all of our downtime because if you look around, we're surrounded all by the towers that we go to and do deliveries to. It's centrally located and it's set back a little bit so that we kind of get left alone. We're kind of hidden a little bit from the street.
Everything went belly up. Yeah. Well, they had no business model. It was like, pay us what you think it should be worth. It was like so the delivery is free, and I mean you could have them deliver a pack of gum. Like you could go online and get a pack of gum delivered. It was all messengers.
Downtown on a slow day, crack open a couple beers and hang out. Nobody really bothers us. It's kind of a live and let live policy, especially with the police. Like we don't bother anybody, nobody bothers us, and we get left alone to do what we want.
There's no money in it. The first wave of messengers were out of here with the introduction of the fax machine. The second wave was cut down by like email, and now it's just the prevalence of the internet, and how useful the internet is. People just like can use the internet for anything. I mean, you can get things notarized on the internet. You don't even need to be there in person to sign it. You just have a computer do it for you. Computers do everything.
Like it. That's not too bad. Next work that pops up, it'll be mine. So.
Apparently they have no idea where paper mail is either.
That's my roommate.
What is freaking going on? All right, Jeremy, I'll get back to you in a sec. 387, thanks.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay, hey, Nick Piper. They have a book to social. See Joe. He has a 6 Beacon. Also see Harry for social. And when you're up top of the habit, at 1 Beacon we'll have a package going down to Goodland.
All right, so we got Harry Joe Piper up and Cabot down. 10-4.
Yes, sir. 417 Harry.
My little clipboard. Whenever you get a job, you write it down on your manifest, your pickup, your location, time you dropped it, and your signatures, and any little notes, wait time. If you get stuck waiting for an elevator for 10-15 minutes, you charge the client for that. If you deliver a large box, right oversized, client gets charged extra for that. That's nice. 4 jobs left at bat. Usually get like 1 or 2. The most important piece of gear is the messenger bag, obviously. It's got to be waterproof. A lot of messenger bag companies will advertise their bags as bomb-proof because it's got to be able to put up with wind, sleet, snow, all sorts of nasty conditions. And I've had this bag for almost my whole courier career, for about 3 years right now. I mean, this thing's seen every piece of weather imaginable, and it's still in top condition. I can put anything in here, and it will stay waterproof. Every messenger service has their own clients. Luckily for us, our clients include a lot of the top accounting firms and the top lawyer firms, such as Goodwin Procter, Wilner, Hale & Dorr, and they always use us. And we've got our big clients, which we'll call in 30 or 40 packages a day, and then we got smaller clients. Maybe we'll do 1 or 2 runs for them in a day. But our goal is, RS. We don't hire guys off the street. We hire guys that have been on the road for at least a couple of years. So the guys we got working for us are some of the best messengers in the city, and we just get the job done 100% of the time. And that's why our customer base, our clientele has remained loyal to us for so long. Like I think maybe in the 2 years I worked for RS, we've only lost 1 client, and that's because another company came in and offered him a lower price. For the most part, you got to know where you're going. The dispatcher just tell you where the pickup is and where it's going, and it's up to you to figure out the fastest way to get there. There's 2 types of people downtown. There's people that use courier services and people that don't use courier services. The people that do give us the utmost respect, they appreciate what we do. It could be the dead of winter with 3 feet of snow on the ground. We'll show up covered in snow, still delivering their packages, and they definitely have the utmost appreciation for that. And then there's the people that maybe don't know too much about it, and they look at us as just crazy, out of our minds, and dangerous. But I mean, they don't pay us, so their opinion doesn't really count to me all that much. There's definitely animosity between drivers and cabbies, and it takes a lot to rise above it, because you don't come across it too much anymore with the increase in popularity in biking, but there's still some people that believe that we don't belong out in the streets.
Well, first I started riding my bike around town, and it was a way to get around, so I kind of just got into it through that. A few of my friends were messengers previously, and they told me to get into it. And I was going to school trying to look for a job in Boston, and that's just kind of how it became. I called and got hired right on the spot and started working the next week. With the economy being in the state that it is right now, not too many companies are willing to pay a messenger company to bring documents or packages from point A to point B in the city. They'd rather just do it themselves to save money. I was just down there to do my work, but I really stopped because of school, and I wanted to get more serious with my schoolwork. My name is Mark Belcher. I used to be a bike messenger for 3 years on and off full time. I used to work for Lasership, City Express, and Skycom. I wouldn't necessarily give people advice to become a messenger. I mean, you could come to the city and become a bike rider and be like, oh, I want to be the baddest kid here and I want to go be a bike messenger, but it's a job, and definitely put your life at risk with all the elements out there, street-wise, weather-wise, everything. You're sick 90% of the time, and it's a ridiculous lifestyle for sure, and you don't want to put yourself into that if you don't have to. I didn't have to. I chose to do it because it looked fun to me. It's definitely probably the best experience I've ever had in my life. 100%. I wouldn't give it back for anything.
I've been looking for it out for the past month. I mean, with business slowing down, it's kind of, it lost its appeal to me. I fell in love with the job of just being able to, of going crazy, you know, having 20 packages on your back that have to be delivered within half an hour, and, you know, just having to run around like a madman. I always got off on that. I always thought that was so much fun.
Alrighty, twice up to Social, 11:30 Fegrius. Joe to 6 Beacon, 11:35 Anderson. Cabot to 53 State, 11:45 Pimentel. Cabot to 33 Arch, 11:50 Mason. Joe up to 500 Boyle, 120